Hello everyone, it has been a very long time. I checked and my last video was posted at the end of February, which was several months ago, and I really wanted to try to get monthly videos out, but I've just been having a lot go on. I've been really busy, I've been doing lots of stuff, and also I've been saying forever, I really wanted to get my commission done, and I finally finished that. So now I've just kind of had less stress on me, more free time, and school just got out for me, so I'm on summer vacation from college. I don't want to take summer classes. I need the summer to rest because school takes a lot out of me. It's really tiring. And so yeah, trying to think of really what to say, because normally when I record these, I just kind of turn on the camera and I talk and I do whatever, and if I forget something, I forget something, just because that's the least stressful way for me to record a video. But my hair, oh my. But today I've taken down notes, and I know that notes help people be less stressed because they've written it down, they know what they're going to talk about. But for me, they make me more stressed because oh, what order should I write this down in, and what am I doing, and then what if I forgot to write something down, and all this stuff. So I may seem slightly extra nervous in this video, and that's why, and so we're just going to get into it. So I'm going to be just talking about a lot of different things. So I've started a lot of things, I've worked on a lot of things, I've bought a lot of things, so I'm not going in any particular order. I just kind of have everything on the desk around me, and so I'm just gonna grab something and show it to you guys and talk about it in no particular order, and I will link everything down below if I have links for it. And I'm going to try to be showing, if I don't have the actual thing to show you, or if I need to post pictures of where I got it or stuff like that, I'm going to try to put the pictures up here. But I may get also confused because, see, I'm losing my train of thought. That also does make me kind of nervous because what if I say, here's a picture, and then I can't find the picture, I forget to put it in. So I'm going to do my best. Things could go wrong, but that's okay. At least that's what I'm trying to convince myself. Yeah. So, I've bought a lot of charts. I don't need to buy a lot of charts, but I have. So let's talk about that, I guess. The first two I want to show you guys, I got 2 more Miras. So I bought English Roses by Mirabilia, and the roses here, and I'm not sure where else, not in the head thing. I think they're ribbon embroidery or something, and I think they're no longer being sold. I kind of wanted to rechart this into more purples anyways, so I thought this was just really cool. And the other one that I bought is Fairy Idyll. So I just thought this one was really big and beautiful and interesting, but I also do want to make a lot of changes to this. But before I go into that, I want to talk about where I got these. So I got these from Needle Points Ltd. It's a store in it's a store here in California. I think it's down in the LA area. And I did so much searching for this chart, for Fairy Idyll. So the only place that I've actually seen it recently was on eBay. And it was for one sold recently for some $50-some. And there's 2 other listings, I think, from Indonesia or India. I can't remember. But far away, and they were also $60 plus $7 shipping or something like that. And I really want to stitch this, but I just didn't. I'm not going to pay $70 for a chart. That's ridiculous in my opinion. and it's an old one. It's the like Mirabilia number 21. So I didn't know if I was gonna be able to find this, but I went on quite a journey on Google. I like searched it up and I went through I think like 8 pages. I know most people like never go past the first page. I went through 8 pages, clicking on every link, going to every store, trying to see if I could find this, and I found it at Needlepoint's LDT. They have it right here in my home state. And so I called them up and I asked if they had it, and they did, and so I ordered it from them, and I think they might have a couple others, and like they do just have like other older Mirabilia charts, so I would definitely check them out, and again I'll link them down below. Yeah, so now about the conversions I want to do on this. I want to make this much spookier. So like it's hard to show you with the glare and with like the picture's really tiny, but I kind of want to make this like really spooky. So she has like a cherub or like an angel face here and here, I think, and I want to change those into like winged skulls that are on like old gravestones and stuff. And I definitely want to change her color scheme, but I'm not sure to what yet. I'm thinking more like reds. And then she has this thing, which I have learned is a rabbit. And I kind of want to change that into a goat if I can, like use the ears as horns or something. Yeah, so I want to make that into a goat, that into a skull, and then maybe change her to more like blacks, grays, and reds. So, oh, and she's holding like, or not holding, but in her hand there's a dove. And I might want to change that to a bat. So it might be slightly vampire-y, but I'm not sure. But you guys are gonna kind of notice the theme here. I've recently become very obsessed with bats. And so I've acquired 2 bat charts. I want to convert this into a bat and some other things. So yeah, so that was my story with those 2. And oh my, people are home. So the next thing that I did was for Mother's Day, my mom bought me a gift, which I think is super cool. Because Heaven and Earth Designs was having their, I'm talking quieter now because people are home. She bought me the Heaven and Earth Designs mini max color, like the possibilities of evolution. And so I have joined the cult of people over on Twitch who are doing this one. And I don't have the new colors, like the new, like the double digit numbers. So I'm going to have to try to find those floss colors. Yeah, I don't know where to put this stuff. And so I've actually started that. This is as much progress I got done. Just a few teeny tiny stitches. That's about all I can do right now without the new colors. And I made mistakes already, but oh well. And then my needle minders are that pretty like flower one and this one that says True Beauty. They're just like little wooden, probably like laser cut things that I found at a local scrapbooking store. So I glued needles on the back of those. So yes, I definitely want to work on that one some more. But I also started another Haid because I'm not right in the head apparently. I know that I don't have much stitching time, and I know that these take a long time. And yet I started 2 and I already have 1 star, so I have 3 Haids going, but anyways. So this is, I have the chart on here, so I need to take that off really quick. So I believe I've talked about her before in a previous video. Here's what that cover page looks like. See, she's riding on a bat. So this one is definitely going to be confetti heavy for a while. Is my lighting changing? So it's all just like these colorful, like magical sparkles at the top. So that's going to be just confetti. Here I go. This is as much as I have done on her currently. You can see I've started gridding, but it's not very fun. So I drew the blue lines where the page lines are, and then I'm doing like the 10 by 10 grid with the sulky sliver thread or whatever. And so I started by going like all the way across, but that wasn't very fun. So I just did the gridding for the first 2 pages. And so there's that. And so my needle minders are, this one says, "Don't talk to me while I'm counting." This one says, that's some very nice embroidery you have there, and it's a frog sitting on an Idyll. And both of those were made by Maddox Stitcher, and their Patreon. You can support them and they will send you needle minders. And then this last one is a pendant that has a unicorn on it by my favorite singer, Aurelio Voltaire. And he has a album called Raised by Bats, so I felt like that was very appropriate. And so yeah, so I bought that pendant from him as a necklace, and then I took it and made a needle minder out of it. Oh, and the grime guards, in case anyone is wondering, I made these myself with scrap fabric that I had, and I bought black elastic from Hobby Lobby, and I sewed these together, and I love them so much. I wish I made them slightly sooner. My fabric already got a little bit dirty. I used Trisha, the left-handed stitcher's tutorial, I think. I hope that's her name. But I used the left-handed stitcher's tutorial to make those, and I'm super excited. And so now, as a tangent, so the leftover fabric, I don't believe I've showed this to you guys before, is for this project. So I took the fabric itself that I got from Joann's when they had it in stock, and I put it on stretcher bars, and then on the front I put the waist canvas, and I'm stitching something on here, and so you can't really see what I'm stitching. It's right here. It's going to say a phrase that I really like, you know, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And so I thought that would look really appropriate with like the purple galaxy print. And so the words are going to go here in the center. And I charted this myself, and so I'll try to put a picture of that here. Okay, and then outside of it, you'll see that I had boxes. And so those boxes are going to be filled in with different space-themed like panels. So I got that, so I got the chart from Mathysphere on Etsy. And again, I'll link it down below, and I'll put a picture of what it looks like here. Okay, yeah, so I just, instead of doing it as like the compact one where like they're all together, I've moved them out to the side, and so they go all the way around. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's see, what is the next thing I want to talk about? This is another one of my starts. Well, yeah, okay, let's talk about this. So here's what it looks like, stitched. This is as much as I've gotten done. And so what this is going to be is a character from a video game called Stardew Valley. So this is the person that I want to marry in the game. His name is Shane, and he raises chickens. And so you guys can understand, I'll put a picture of what it's going to look like here. Yeah, and that's all I've gotten done. So that one's really fun to work on, although I wish I picked it to do 1 stitch per pixel, because with stitching like crafty stuff, you take the pixel art and then you convert it to stitches and then you stitch it. And I didn't realize when I charted this, because I used PC Stitch and I made the pattern, that it was 4 pixels wide. I don't know how to explain this to people who don't understand. So instead of being 1 stitch per pixel, you can see that there's 4. So like if you look right here, that's 4 stitches, that's 1 pixel. But that's because it was charted as 4 pixels per 4 stitches per 1 pixel. I don't know, I'm just speaking nonsense. It's bigger than it can be. I could have shrunken it down to fit on like 6 inches. And this is a 10-inch like mounted Ada that I got from Hobby Lobby when they were clearancing it. But it's going to be bigger and pretty, so I don't mind that much. It's just it is going to be 4 times the work. Speaking of which now, tangent, I also went down to my local Hobby Lobby when they were clearancing all the cross-stitch kits. So right now I'm going to show you everything I got there, or most of what I got there. So I got all of this for under $25. I haven't run the calculations for like how much it would have cost total. But for starters, I bought these little teeny tiny kits. So Artist Mini, a little witch hat for 50 cents. Got this little watermelon for 75 cents. And for 50 cents, this one, which is a bunch of arrows. So this one is going to go to my friend. These other two I'm just going to save, and so if I want to teach someone to cross stitch, what I have done is like my thrift store finds. Don't mind me, just trying to keep stuff from falling. So I've just bought a whole bunch of like little kits and stuff, and I've thrown them in here. Oh, I think this is another one. Cupcake for 75 cents, and so I just throw them in here. So if I ever find someone who wants to learn to stitch, like a friend or someone, I'll just grab one of the starter kits there and give it to them, so that way they can just have all the floss and a needle and everything in their small simple things. So that's my plan for those. This one I bought for myself. It is a Riola's bead embroidery kit. Originally $12, I got it for $3. I thought it was just really pretty. I like the blues and the yellow. So, and I want to do more beadwork. Like I was really enjoying it on my Electra, and so I wanted to do some more of that. And then I got this kit, which is originally $30. Excuse me. Trying not to have everything fall apart. So this is Artiste, or Artist or Artiste, I'm not quite sure if the E is silent. And this is the Geisha Angel. And so this was originally $30, and I got it for, I think, 10, maybe less. Let me see if I can check my receipt. I got it for $7.50. It was originally $30 and I got it for $7.50, and it comes with the floss and 14 count Ada. I'm probably going to sub out the fabric because I think it would look better on a 28 count, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the floss because I've done another I've done another kit from these people, and I didn't like the floss. Like, it shredded way too easily in my opinion, and when you have kit floss and it keeps shredding to the point of being unusable, that's kind of frustrating because you don't want to run out of that color. But so even though this is charted by them and it's called Geisha Angel, I actually know this designer. This designer is Barbara Bates, and I really love her designs, and I've bought in several other of her charts, and I wanted to get this one. But like, for just the pattern itself, I think it's being sold online right now for $30. So to get the whole kit at Hobby Lobby for $30 was a pretty good deal, and then to get it for $7.50 was just like a super great deal. So now, another tangent. These are more charts that I bought. Actually, to wrap up, I think that's everything I got from Hobby Lobby. I also got a little bit of the like Mill Hill perforated paper, I think. That was also on clearance, and that was like 75 cents each. So I think I got like 2 or 3 packs of that. And so I got all of that from Hobby Lobby for less than $25. And then, so the next thing I'm going to show you is stuff I got this from Little Black Barn on Etsy. I don't remember how much I paid for these, but I got Barbara Bates' Angel of Fantasy and Angel of Harvest. So here's those two. So I think these are absolutely beautiful. I like this one because of its purples and its peacock, and I really am a fan of peacocks. And I like this one because also the purples, and she has like grapes or berries around her, and I really like the look of grapes, not necessarily the taste, but I like the look of grapes. So I really thought these are beautiful. So on the back here they have like the rest of the set of this. So Angel of Romance and Angel of Peace. I believe Little Black Barn still has the Angel of Romance, but I didn't want that one. So yeah, so she has another series of angels, which are like angels from around the world. So those are, let me see if I can explain this. So these two are like from the set of 4, which include Angel of Peace and Angel of Romance. And so these are angels of like specific themes. So fantasy, romance, peace, and harvest. And she has another set of angels from like around the world. So she has, I believe, like an African angel and a like Russian angel and I think like Native American angel, and like these different angels that are dressed from different cultures. And so that's where the Geisha angel is from. So I think she's like Angel of Japan, I want to say, but now that it's charted from Artiste, it's Geisha angel. So now I have 3 of her sets of those. And then also from Little Black Barn, I got by Black Swan Designs Poinsettia. So she's like a angel. I don't know if you can see her wings, and her dress is poinsettias. So I bought this one because I want to stitch it in honor of my grandmother. My grandmother loved poinsettias. She just had a great green thumb for them. She would get them for Christmas and she would always have them decorating her house, and they would last a really, really long time. And I don't know if just most people I know have brown thumbs, but I've always known poinsettias to die very quickly, but the fact that my grandmother is able to make them last for several months after Christmas, I always thought was really cool, and she always really liked them. So I wanted to stitch this in her honor. And if Kay is watching, hi Kay, I believe Black Swan's Designs has a poppy version of this. And also the Riolus kit that I showed earlier. Where did I put the beaded one? Where did I put it? I'm so disorganized, you guys. Here it is. On the back they have like other ones, and they also have pansies. So I don't know if you'd be interested in that. I'm not trying to enable you, I'm just trying to show you more pansy charts, which I know you enjoy. Yeah, so I got that chart, and then the last chart I got from Little Black Barn on Etsy is the Saturday Evening Post issue number, so it's, okay, let me try to explain this. So here's what it looks like. Here's what the charts looks like. And so what this is the Saturday Evening Post had an issue from March 1st, 1924, in which this image was the cover. And it's a woman doing embroidery in a pretty dress, and she has this stand that she's stitching on. And so I wanted to get this chart because I think it's beautiful. I like the woman, I like the dress, I like that she's embroidering, and I like that it's Saturday Evening Post. A local museum has a couple of Saturday Evening Post paintings up in their collection, and I've always really enjoyed those as a kid. I'd love going to the museum just to see those paintings over and over again. And the fact that this woman is doing embroidery and that it was turned into a cross-stitch pattern is just kind of meta in my opinion, and I think it'll be interesting to stitch this. And if I stitch it on scroll rods, then that will be me stitching her stitching from a magazine. And all I need to do is just get a beautiful dress, right? And then it'll be like an extra layer of meta. Yeah, so I thought that one was just really cool. Sorry, I'm a bit of a nerd. I think that's really cool. So that's all I got from them. And then another chart I got this from Barnes & Noble online. I think I've seen it other places, but I think I got this one from Barnes & Noble. So this is Butterfly Fairies. So you can see here on the front, this is one of them. And on the back here, here's the other chart. So I thought these were just beautiful. I've seen like Mirabilia's new like Dusk and Dawn Fairy, and I thought those were really pretty, but I kind of prefer these just because, I don't know, I really like the wings designs in them. So I bought that. What else is there to show? Okay. The next thing that I got, this is a chart by Mad Stitcher. It's the Bat Clock. And so what it is a clock face that, well, let me just show a picture of it. So that's what it's supposed to look like. And so she has this up on her Patreon, and you can also, I think, request to buy it from her website, and I will try to link everything down below. And of course, I'm not going to stitch it in black because I'm just not. But so what you can do is, like, each of the different pictures is at the hour, and then so you can take like and buy like a little clock mechanism and then punch a hole in it and like make a clock face out of it. And so I believe that the way that she has it finished is that it's going to be like just in a hoop, that you get a hoop that it fits in, you put it in, you poke a hole, and you put the clock in, and then you have a clock. But I am doing it my way. So I'm doing it on a black fabric, and here is all I have done. So what I am doing is I'm stitching the moon for 12 in the DMC Glow in the Dark floss, which is not fun to work with. And then I'm stitching all the even numbered hours in this metallic floss. It's the purple DMC metallic floss. And then for the odd hours, I'm going to use a variegated floss that is also by Mad Stitcher, but I forget the name of it and I don't have it with me and I'm not going to go find it. So my apologies for that. Yes, but I think this one is going to be super cool. This is on my black 24 count like needlepoint canvas, and so I really like it because you can see me through it. Like, you can see the holes very easily. It's not like black fabric, it's canvas. It's like, I don't know what the canvas is made out of, but it's wiry but not made of wire. The only thing about it is that I'm slightly, like, it bothers my skin. It's very rough, and the metallic floss is very rough, so I can only work on this for a little bit of time before I start like getting super itchy and I can't work on it anymore. So this is going to be very slow progress, but I want to work on that. And then the next thing, this is a chart I found on Etsy. It's a like tribal dragon, and I think it's very pretty, and so I'll post a picture of that here. Okay, and then so here's what I have started on it. I just got the head done, but I'm not liking how this is looking. So this is a piece of 22 count Hardinger that I dyed with cherry red, I think, and this is what I've got done, but I'm not happy with it. This is Mad Stitcher's Zebra Stripes floss that I folded over so it gives a more variegated look, but it's not really what I was going for. I kind of wanted the more serious stripes, so I decided to dye another bigger piece of fabric, and I'm going to restart this. But that's something I want to show you guys. And the last two things I'm going to show you, well, last two for now, the next two things I'm going to show you are charts by Cross Stitch Quest. They have a WordPress where they post their patterns, and most of them are free, and they're very like nerdy. Like there are a lot of like comic books and anime and cartoons that they make charts of. And so they have a lot of stuff up for free, and so the first one that I'm going to show you is one of their free charts. It is the White Lotus symbol from the show Avatar: The Last Airbender, which if you know the show, you know the importance of this symbol. So here's what it's supposed to look like. So this is one of their free charts. And so I took it and I reworked it a little bit, and I'm stitching it in color, not black and white. So I like got a color image of this thing and I charted it to be in color. So here's what I have done. I have the center, and then I have one petal completed, and I started 2 different ones. And so what I want to do with this is I want to frame it in a 3-inch hoop. It'll just fit on 22 count fabric. Although I accidentally pulled this extra thread here, and it like made this line where it pulled, and so I'm kind of disappointed about that. But I think once it's stitched, it won't be super noticeable. So that's that. So this is, like I said, probably for the 3rd time now. This is one of their free charts. And this next one I'm going to show you is not one of their free charts. They have a Patreon where you donate $1 a month to them, and you can get access to their Patreon only charts. So these are ones that they release, but you can't download them unless you support them on Patreon. And it's only $1 a month if you want to be able to access the charts. And then they have higher tiers, so like I think if you want like to get a custom chart made or stuff like that. So here's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I just recorded a whole bunch and I just started going and talking nonsense, so I'm going to restart. This next chart is a chart by them, which is supposed to look like this. So what this is something from my favorite anime, which is called Steins Gate, and it is about time travel. And this is why I was rambling on for like 5 minutes, because time travel is very difficult to explain in any context, let alone the plot of an anime. So basically what it is that there's different timelines that you can jump to. And this thing that the chart is a device that measures which timeline you're in. And so it's really important to the plot of the show, and I really like it. And what it is they're made of like Nexi tubes, I think, or something. It's these like special type of like light bulbs. And so I'm only charting the Nexi tubes of it because that's like the part that's most important. I don't want to stitch a whole bunch of gray. But this is what I have done so far. This is on, I believe, 18 or 16 count fabric. It might be, I don't believe it's 22 count. It very well could be though. Yeah, it's 18 count Ada. It's really old. It's from Flamingo Mills counted cross stitch fabric. It came in this. This was just supplies that I got from somebody else. Like they were no longer stitching, and so they gave me their supplies, and so this is that. And so these numbers I'm filling in are, I'm trying to think of a way to explain this that I don't feel like I'm very interesting, but I'm filling it in with numbers that are important to me and to the show, and I just think it's super cool. And one thing that I'm changing, other than what I'm stitching, like just part of it, is I'm changing the numbers for what it's charted for, and I'm experimenting with my stitching more. So I don't know if this will actually focus. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Probably not. But what this is I'm in the background of the Nexi tubes, I'm experimenting with thread. So it's charted for 2 different colors that was supposed to be in checkerboard. So it's meaning like one stitch, one color, and then the 2 stitches next to it are a different color. And then the next diagonal row of stitches is the first color, and so it's like a checkered board. and I've stitched checkerboards. I don't think checkerboards are very fun to stitch. So instead, I am switching the legs of the checkerboard. Try to stay with me. So the bottom leg of the top corner is going to be in the first color, and then the top leg is going to be in the other color, and then in the two squares next to it, the top and bottom leg colors are going to be reversed. And so it creates this interesting pattern of, like, I wish you can see it better. It kind of makes lines and it kind of makes X's, and it just makes this cool pattern that I think looks much better and looks not more accurate, but I just think it looks more interesting and it's more fun to stitch. So some people actually do make this thing from the show in real life, and so here's a picture of what that looks like. So you see that they had like mesh, and so I think it gives like a more mesh-like look than just the checkerboard does. So now, if you're still with me, thank you for not getting lost, or if you are lost, thank you for staying anyways. I believe that's everything I have to show you guys for right now. I do have, I think, 2 other starts that I don't know where they are at the moment. They're just kind of like lost in the house somewhere, so I can't show you guys those. But this is all my starts and most of my haul and all this stuff, and I'm hoping, I'm not making promises because I know they'll just be broken, but I'm hoping that I will be able to see you guys again within a month. I know it's in the middle of May right now, and so I hope everyone is having a really great mania or whatever they're doing. I said before, I'm not sure in my last video because that was February, but I don't do mania. I do this thing called 30 for 30 crafting, which is for every day of the month of May, you try to work 30 minutes on a project. And you take and post pictures every day. Some people do it on different projects. I know I've been working just on whatever I've been feel like working on, but they're all like whips. I think I've started a few things, but the point is just to try to get 30 minutes in. So even if you can't sit down for like 4 hours and stitch on something, you just try to get 30 minutes in. And progress is progress, no matter how little, because every stitch is one stitch closer to a finish, right? So I've been doing that and posting my progress on my social media. I know that I don't have Instagram, but I know some people are doing it on Instagram, and I think it's a fun alternative. People who like to do mania, more power to you. I like doing it. I like doing this for the month of May because May is a really busy month for people who are in school with finals and everything. But that is everything. Also, another reason that this video has taken so long to do is because my computer broke. Huzzah! The SD port where I put in the SD card from the camera which I'm recording from, the thing in my computer broke, so it wouldn't hold the scan disk. And so I had to buy an external scan disk that connects to the computer so I could actually do this. So I had to wait for that to arrive, and then I was just kind of really discouraged where I didn't want to record a video if I knew I couldn't upload it. So everything is finally worked out. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me to the end. You deserve five awesome points, so high five. And I will see you guys very soon.